So what if almost everything you've been taught about building wealth is, well, wrong? What if working hard, saving money, and climbing that corporate ladder is actually the slow path, the one that leads to financial mediocrity? Today, we're going to dig into the final, and honestly the most powerful lesson from Rich Dad, Poor Dad. It's a philosophy that completely flips conventional wisdom on its head and argues that the real key to wealth, it isn't in your paycheck, it's in your mind.
And it all starts with this simple but really profound idea. You see, we all start the game with the same two chips, the brain in our head and the hours in our day. And the difference between financial struggle and real financial freedom, it almost always comes down to how we choose to use them. It's not about the money you have right now, it's about the mindset you're willing to build.
So, how do we actually use these powerful gifts? Well, it starts by taking a really hard look at the financial road that most people are on, and then making a conscious, deliberate choice to carve out a different and way more rewarding path for yourself.
Okay, this probably sounds familiar, right? This is the financial script most of us are handed. Go to school, get a secure job, save what little you can, and just accept that a huge slice of your paycheck will always go to the tax man. It feels safe, you know? It feels responsible. But it's a path that almost never leads to true financial freedom. It's really just a ceiling on your potential. In this slide, this is where the fundamental shift happens. It's all about moving from being a passive passenger in your financial life to being an active driver. So instead of just working harder and harder for your money, you start thinking, how can I make my money and my ideas work for me? You stop just saving and you start actively acquiring assets.
But what does this actually look like in the real world? I mean, it's one thing to talk about the theory, but let's break down a really powerful example that shows how a little bit of financial smarts can turn a tiny amount of cash into a life-changing stream of income. So, picture this. A friend takes just under $8,000 from a college fund. Now, instead of just letting it sit there earning practically nothing, they spot an opportunity. They use it to buy a cheap foreclosed property when the market is down. Then, through smart moves and leveraging powerful tax-friendly strategies, like a 1031 exchange to put off paying capital gains, they pyramid that one small investment into a much, much larger portfolio.
And here's the absolutely incredible result. That initial bit of cash wasn't just spent, it was transformed. It became an engine that now spits out over $3,000 a month in passive income. Now that's the power of an idea, turning a one-time lump sum into a steady, self-sustaining cash machine.
And this, right here, is the absolute heart of that story. The money, that was just the fuel. The real engine, the thing that actually created the wealth, was the financial intelligence, the idea, the strategy, and the know-how to make it all happen.
Okay, so to get that kind of success, you have to understand the rules of the game. And this next lesson is absolutely critical for anyone who wants to be an investor, because it reveals a hidden truth that the wealthy have known for generations. Not all income is created equal, not by a long shot.
All right, first up, we've got ordinary earned income. This is the one we all know well. It's the paycheck from your 9 to 5. But here's the catch. It is the most heavily taxed income out there. The government takes its share before you even get a chance to think about what to do with it. Next, there's portfolio income. This is the money your money makes from what we call paper assets. So think stocks, bonds, mutual funds. This is a big step in the right direction because it's usually taxed at a much lower rate than your salary.
And finally, we get to what a lot of people call the holy grail, passive income. This is the money from assets that work for you, like rental properties or business royalties. So why is it so powerful? Because thanks to things like depreciation and other tax laws, it gets the most favorable treatment of all. It lets you keep a much, much bigger piece of the pie.
So when you see it laid out like this, the entire game plan becomes crystal clear. The path to real wealth isn't about working for 50 years to earn more at the top of this chart. No, the real strategy is to efficiently move your money down this chart, converting that highly taxed earned income into lower taxed portfolio and passive income streams.
This is the secret the wealthy understand. They don't just work for money. They work to acquire assets. They use their earned income not to buy a fancier car, but as seeds. Seeds to plant an orchard of passive and portfolio income. An orchard that's going to keep bearing fruit long, long after they stop the daily 9 to 5 grind.
So, now that we have this knowledge, we come back to the single most important element in your entire financial future: you. It's not about your past, it's not about how much you make today, it is all about the choices you make starting right now. And this is the fundamental question you have to ask yourself every single day. Every dollar that passes through your hands isn't just a piece of paper. It's a vote. It's a vote for the kind of future you want. So, are you casting a vote for assets that build your wealth or for liabilities that drain it away?
The choice is really that stark. On one side, you can spend that dollar on liabilities, things that take money out of your pocket, leading to a future of financial stress. Or on the other side, you can invest it. And you can start with the most powerful asset you'll ever have, your own financial education, learning how to build a future of abundance.
And ultimately, that's the final lesson. Your financial destiny isn't written by your boss, or the stock market, or the economy. It's written by you, with every single choice, every single day. You're the one holding the pen. The real question is, what will you build with it?